You guessed it right. This is what we're going to be enjoying our Salomon and Gundy with. Some Excelsior water crackers. Try it with the cracker. Wow. It was worth the hassle. Took me absolutely ages.
Welcome to the Grange Adventure. Join us for the ride. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey Grange Adventure family, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to another Grange Adventure in the kitchen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So today I'm going to be making something that I've never made before. I've always enjoyed it, but I've never actually made it. My friend Shakira, shout outs to her, she made it for me the other day and I enjoyed it so much, so I asked her to give me the recipe, which she has, and I thank her for that. But as usual, you know, I always had my little twist to it as well. So join us as I show you how I make all Jamaican favorite Salomon Gundy. So for the ingredients, I've got some red herring. I bought them in the Deboning market. I've got 5 of them. So I'm going to be washing these to get rid of the excess salt, and then I'm going to be boiling them for a good 5 minutes, and then I'm going to be deboning them and flaking them into small bits. And once that's done, I'm going to be sauteing off some tomatoes. I've got 1 medium tomato here, half a sweet pepper, mix of red and yellow, some chili pepper. That's my little twist there because I want it a little bit spicy and crunchy at the same time. So I've de-seeded them. I've got 2 chili peppers here. I've got a medium onion, red onion that I've chopped up finely, a half a Scotch bonnet pepper that I've chopped up, a teaspoon of dried herbs, half a teaspoon of dill, 4 cloves of garlic, which is about a teaspoon and a half. And I've got a tablespoon of freshly grated ginger, half a teaspoon of white pepper, and if it needs a little salt, I'm going to add a pinch of Himalayan salt. And then to that, I'm going to be adding, I bought this the other day, you can see, you're going to be seeing this in another video where I bought it, some molasses straight from Jamaica. I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of that. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the heads off the red herring. So this is just herring fish that's been salted. If you don't know what red herring is, it's been salted and dried. And I'm just going to remove the heads because you don't need that. And I'm just going to chop them in 2. And I'm going to wash it off underneath the tap and chuck it into boil. Okay, so I've rinsed off all the excess salt from the red herring. I'm just going to add it to my boiling water for 5 minutes and let that boil for 5 minutes. Then once that's finished boiling, I'm going to take it off and debone it and take the skins off and then flake it as well. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So let's see what's going on in this pot. Oh yes, time for them to come off. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put them in my bowl. And this is the hardest step, getting rid of all these bones because they're quite minute. And that's what it looks like now. Oh my goodness, this took way longer than I expected. Look at the amount of bones that I collected. I had to rope in some help because it was taking me too long. I've been having a go at it for about a good 40 minutes now. And I've still got lots, it's not lots in there. Look, from the 5 herring, this is how much we've got. So I've gone through it once and hubby was helping me to go through it again to get rid of all the bones. It's a hard task. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to saute off my seasoning, my spices, with some olive oil. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to my frying pan. Remember the last time we were doing the cookies and we didn't have a hand blender, so we went out and we bought one. It's quite cheap, it wasn't expensive. So we're going to be using the hand blender to pulse the reddering. I'm going to add in our ingredients. So I'm adding the sweet peppers and the tomatoes, taking out as many of the seeds as I could, and then I'm adding the 2 chilies along with the onion, the Scotch bonnet pepper, the ginger, and the garlic, and I'm going to saute those off. Okay, so it's been about 7 minutes since these have been sauteing. I'm going to turn it down because it's just starting to catch. So I'm just going to add in my other spices. I'm going to add in the dried herbs, the dill. I'm not going to add the salt because I think the red herring is salty enough, but I'm going to add the white pepper. And then I'm going to turn off the cooker and I'm going to add the red herring. I'm leaving a little bit in my bowl because I want it to be a little bit more chunky. So I'm going to pulse these for about 30 seconds. And I need to add in my molasses as well. 1 tablespoon of molasses, straight from JA. Give that a stir. And that's what gives it the dark colour. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that from the heat. So I'm going to add it to my bowl. I'm going to wait for it to cool down for a little bit because it's quite warm. And once it's cooled down, I'm going to pulse it in with my hand blender for about 30 seconds. Then add in the other chunky red herring that's left behind, the quarter that I've left behind, and pulse it again. See you in a bit. So this is what it looks like up close. And I'm just going to pulse it now. Okay, here we go. I don't want it to be too smooth. I'm going to do a quick check to see the consistency. It's still a little bit too chunky, so I'm going to take some out to the side, and then I'm going to blitz this down some more. Consistency so far. So now I'm going to add in the chunky bit that was left behind, and then I can blitz it all together. I'm going to blitz it down because I don't want it that chunky, but it's really fiery. I've tasted it. Oh my goodness, it's fiery. All those chilies. I'm going to blitz it further. Only a little bit to blend it in. And this is the consistency that I am looking for. I'm telling you, it's fiery and it's so nice. And this is just a normal honey jar that I've recycled. And this is what I'm going to use to store my mixture. And this is 5 ready in. And look, just barely filling the honey jar. And to make it last longer, what you do, you pour a little bit of oil to preserve it. I'm going to add some olive oil on top. This is not something that you eat every day. And guess what I'm going to be eating this with? You guessed it right. This is what we're going to be enjoying our Salomon and Gundy with. Some Excelsior water crackers. And of course we're going to try it. Obi, you want to try it first? Natsi, you want to try it? Nats? Yes. You want to try this? Yes. It's a little bit spicy. So I'm going to give you a little bit. And you taste it and tell me if you like it. You like it? So you got the seal of approval from young Grange. He likes it, even though it's so spicy.
I like spicy things.
And then it's my turn to try it with the cracker. Wow. It was worth the hassle. Took me absolutely ages. But wow. Beautiful. That's yummy. So thank you very much for joining us in the kitchen for another Grange adventure. Cooking up another Jamaican favorite, Salomon and Gundy. The taste is absolutely amazing, even though it took so long to make. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and let us know in the comment section down below what you enjoy your Salomon and Gundy with. Grange Adventure out.